Hey guys, today we're going to be taking a look at and installing the Roush Rear Valance Aerofoil Kit for 2018 GT Mustangs. So this kit comes in two pieces. You have one piece that sits on the left side of the rear diffuser and one piece that sits on the right side of the diffuser. So when you open up the box and take a look at it, it really doesn't look like a whole lot, but as you guys can see, once you install it, it really does make a pretty big difference in the overall looks of the factory rear diffuser. This thing's also functional. What it does is it directs and separates the air and keeps too much air from going in the underbody contours of the car, which is ultimately going to help you with downforce. So you're really going to want to be checking these out for two reasons. One, if you're looking for a styling piece for a factory rear diffuser, that's going to make a pretty big difference in overall looks. And two, if you're looking for a functional piece that's going to help in a racing situation. These are made from TPO material and they do have a grainy texture to them, which means that they're going to fit in with your factory rear diffuser perfectly and look like they belong there. They cost about $140 and they install with both 3M tape and hardware, but the install is easy. I'll call it a 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, and we'll show you how to get it on the car now. Alright guys, the first step of the install is to actually clean your rear diffuser. These do install with both 3M tape and hardware, and once again, you want to make sure that the surface is going to be as clean as possible so your 3M sticks as best as possible. The next step is going to be to take the supplied 3M tape and put a piece between each of these bolt holes on either side. We already cleaned our rear diffuser. Once again, I'll say you want to make sure that it's as clean as possible so that your 3M can properly adhere. So we're going to grab a side, and these are side specific, so make sure you're working with the correct side. We'll peel the backing off the 3M tape here, and we'll go ahead and get this lined up and pressed into place. So these are contoured pretty well, so you know pretty much exactly where to put them. Just want to make sure that I apply even pressure where the 3M tape is, so it creates a good bond. We're going to leave this sitting here for now until we can get some holes drilled. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So we'll go ahead, peel the backing off the 3M tape, we'll get this lined up and pressed into place. Alright, now we're on to drilling. I have a 1/4 inch drill bit here, and what we're going to do is we're going to drill holes right here so we can mount our hardware. I am going to make sure that I hold the diffuser and that my holes are straight. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. Alright guys, now we're going to take the supplied hardware. So we have a bracket and we have 2 bolts here. The bracket is threaded and this is going to go inside our rear diffuser. So we're going to go up over top of our rear diffuser. We'll line the holes up and get our bolts in place. Alright, once again we'll do the same thing on the other side. So we'll get our bracket up in place on top of the factory rear diffuser. Line the bolts up. Alright, now we're going to tighten these down with an 8mm socket. They don't need to be too tight, so just don't over tighten them. Alright, the next thing we're going to do is take an 1/8 inch drill bit and drill 3 pilot holes. So there are 2 dimples over here. Roush is telling us that's where we need to drill, and then 1 back here as well. So once again, I'm going to hold the diffuser in place. This hole needs to be much bigger than an 1/8 inch anyway, so. Alright guys, now we're going to get our hardware in place. These are self-tapping, so don't expect them to thread right in. And we have a 7mm here. You're going to do the exact same thing on the other side. Alright guys, that's going to wrap up this review and install. Keep in mind, you can always check this kit out more online. I'm Stephanie, and for all things Mustang, keep it right here at AmericanMuscle.com.